welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Evolving. First time joining me, thanking me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm about to do a reading. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is something big is in the air. So there's something big going on, and we gonna see. We gonna see. Hey, boo. Hi, Sheldon. Okay. Something big's happening. There is a charge being loaded into the air. And whatever that charge is, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Okay. Let me pull some cards. All right. How's your guys' day today? Today's been weird. I've been feeling like I've been kept in an absolute bubble of protection. Completely insulated from everything, which I will say I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate being insulated. Okay. All right. All right. What other deck did you want me to pull from? This one? Right. Same here, sexy Jesus. Same here. I mean, don't get me wrong, nothing's happened. I slept in for the first time in forever. I don't know. I think it's been a few years since I've slept in. I didn't even leave my room for until afternoon. Right? I think my body definitely needed some rest. I didn't go to no gym. I didn't work out. I didn't do none of it. None of it. Okay. Could have sworn I was done pulling cards, but I'm told from this deck as well. All right. Okay. Now we're really going to start. Let's do this. So this is a Blu-ray update. That means this is for the collective of souls that are here in service to humanity. Yes. All right. Okay. I am stuck, but I'm live. I'm back. All right. What was I saying? What was I saying? Something big is in the air. Let's get started. Oh. Something is trying to confuse you, trying to create a lot of internal circumstance. Okay. You're building a charge. You're definitely building a charge. Your energy is increasing. This is to help you do whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Okay. There's a process that's being pushed through by soul. This is being pushed through by soul. Now, there's an external circumstance, an external something, I don't know what, but it's trying to interfere with your process of remembering, recalling, Um, mm. Another word for remembering is recalling, but when you recall something, you call it back to you, right? So, what's happening here? There's something happening here. There's something big, something very major happening. And whatever it is, it's getting pushed through no matter what. No matter what, it's getting. Is this like shadow or is it. Is this shadow or is it like makeup that needs to be wiped off? Anyways, um, hmm, hold on. Let me look up this. Okay, let's see. It's about intuition, sacred knowledge, divine feminine, the subconscious mind. Okay. It signifies spiritual enlightenment, inner illumination, divine knowledge, and wisdom. This card shows up in readings when the veil between you and the underworld is thin, and you have the opportunity to access a knowledge deep within your soul. Now is the time to be still so you can tune into your intuition. The answer is your seeking will come from within, from your deepest truth and knowing. Ooh! Your intuitive sense right now is providing you with useful information and is assisting you to become more in touch with your subconscious mind. Knowledge of how to fix these issues will not come through thinking and rationalizing, but by tapping into and trusting your intuition. So this is definitely tying in. Your fuel is being used for this process, right? You are responsible for this process. Do not let something that's trying to interfere with such a sacred, elevated process be successful in its attempt to interfere. Okay. I get it. I get it. So what needs to happen? First and foremost, for some of us, some of you, you'll be experiencing something that will cause you to feel triggered. You're going to have a very just like la-di-da day, and then suddenly you're going to feel triggered. You're going to feel triggered. Something, someone, an event, whatever it is, it's going to serve to trigger you. And that's so your energy will surge. Okay. I don't know what's been going on with my hair, but it's been extra, extra lately. I can't say I don't like it. Be crazy. Look bruja. That's fine. That's fine. Zero effort. Well, they say hair is like the antenna. After a certain length, it becomes an antenna to divinity, right? So whatever it is that needs to happen, it's like all of these different aspects are being put into play. You like my shirt? Careful. I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy. I am. I'm grumpy. So for some of you, maybe not all, but for some of you, a good number of you, you're initiating a process within yourself that's going to take you to a whole nother level of personal power. It's going to take you to a whole nother level of just absolute badassery. Okay? Like absolute badassery. You're going to come to a realization that the things you're doing or have done in the past are the very things that are continuing to allow these cycles to persist, to allow these types of people to persist. You see, what's going to happen here is motherfuckers going to learn. They're going to learn that Capricorns come equipped with horns. That what we do for fun is ramming mofos off the mountain. Right? Right. But you can't just be all reaction. You can't just be all like, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Ooh, I gotta message my BFFs. You guys feel that? Jesus loves me. Ah. You know what I think it is? I'm about to spill some beans. Take some Beano, because this is going to get gassy, okay? I think what's happening, at the risk of the ramifications of what I'm going to say, I'm just going to say it anyways. I think what's happening is that our atmosphere is being terraformed in a specific way. What I mean by that specifically, that certain gases are being released and hyper excitation of particles, gaseous particles are being released into the upper stratosphere in order to facilitate a specific process that involves beams that are blue. If you catch what I'm saying. If you catch what I'm saying. You see, there are certain bands of frequency that, when properly calibrated and allowed to saturate any given environment, it has the capacity to penetrate through the cranial space. It can penetrate the skull and go specific areas within that skull, specifically the retrorubal fields and the amygdala. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know what I'm saying, let me further elucidate. Oh, are you ready for the elucidation? I feel like I need some lip gloss for this. I feel like I need some gloss. Like, I'm just saying, like, I want my lips to look super juicy as I'm telling you conspiracy shit. I don't even know if the conspiracy theorists have picked up on this yet. I'm very fucking sensitive to frequency. So, whew. So, the retrorubal fields are the part of your brain that govern the function of detecting credible threats to your health and safety. You hyper or hypostimulate that will cause you to either become super paranoid or to not detect when true harm, deception, whatever it is actually being presented to you, is actually approaching you. Now, you pair that hyper or hypostimulation of the retrorubal fields with the amygdala and cause a little bit of, impaired function of the hippocampus and hypothalamus. You got a storm brewing there. People are more receptive to the visual games that are being played. Something big is in the air. Something big is in the air. Now, let me ask Biddy about this card. Anyways. It's about endings, change, transformation, transition. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. The death card is probably the most feared and misunderstood of all the cards in the tarot deck. I don't feel like someone's going to die. Don't worry. Just mention this card's name and most people freak out, worried they will suddenly keel over and die as soon as this card appears. Relax. The death card can be one of the most positive cards in the deck. After a period of pause and reflection, the death card symbolizes the end of a major phase or aspect of your life that you realize is no longer serving you, opening up the possibility of something far more valuable and essential. You must close one door to open another. If the death card is about endings, an ending is the precursor to a new beginning. Don't make me roll my neck because I'm getting there to that point where California is about to come out my ass. My California upbringing is about to come out my ass. Let me further read. Let's see. You need to put the past behind you and part ways, ready to embrace new opportunities and possibilities. It may be difficult to let go of the past, but you will soon see its importance in the promise of renewal and transformation. If you resist these necessary endings, you may experience pain, both emotionally and physically. But if you exercise your imagination and visualize a new possibility, you'll allow more constructive patterns to emerge. This card shows a time of significant transformation, change, and transition. You need to transform yourself and clear away the old to bring in the new. Any change should be welcomed as a positive, cleansing, transformational force in your life. The death and clearing away of limiting factors can open the door to a broader, more satisfying experience of life. This card has elements of a sudden and unexpected change. Oh, guys, let's go ahead and talk about Starbucks. I'm saying Starbucks. He was ballsy, wasn't he? He was super ballsy in his declaration of what he supports. Whoever this man is, he's associated to Starbucks. And then everyone's like, you know what? Fuck you and your mama too. Yeah. They were like, fuck you and your mama too. And so people started boycotting Starbucks. I don't know. I don't drink anything outside of water. So I don't know what y'all are doing. I don't watch the news. I try and steer clear of everything. So I don't really know what it's about. I do know, but I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So then apparently he's now begging for forgiveness. I love it when people be super fucking ballsy. They be so ballsy. Only to realize they were castrated years ago. I'm just saying, it's like that. It's like this sense of something, someone, some organization, whatever this is that's happening. Bloop, beep. Bloop, beep. They're being really, really ballsy right now. They are playing, they're putting into action something from their grab bag of long game. Their long game grab bag is they're rummaging through this bag, right? They stuck their hand in and they're trying to pull things out. At least that's what some conspiracy theorists might think. Here's the thing. Being super serious now. Let's adjust the angle from which you're viewing me. Sorry. Okay, all seriousness. Whatever's happening has been considered and reconsidered and reconsidered and reconsidered for quite a few generations. This is a generational long game. And whatever it is that's happening, whoever it is, they're kind of represented by that situation with Starbucks. You can be ridiculously powerful in a seat of power and have tremendous influence and all of these different amazing things that people strive for. But the reality is, one individual will never trump the collective. One individual, one group, one organization can never fully control and supersede the power of the collective whole. And nothing violent has to happen. There was nothing violent that happened, as far as I know, when it comes to the whole Starbucks thing. There was no destruction of property. There was nothing. It was simply, I am not going to support you. I am withholding my energy, energy being currency, currency being money. I am withholding this from you because there's a misalignment here. I do not agree. You're entitled to your own opinions, but I do not agree, and I will not finance your opinions. That's what we got to learn, you guys. Currency is the fuel. Whether currency is representative of energetic flow, intention, all of that good jazz, spiritual jazz, or if currency is being defined in its traditional sense of fiat, money, you cannot control the ocean. A river cannot control the ocean. We are the ocean. It does not matter how big whatever in the air is, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, that is irrelevant. When we use our energy intentionally, when we allow ourselves to be very intentional with what we will allow our energy to be harvested and used for, whew, man, it's powerful. I know. Did you guys know sirens, like it's a mermaid, right? Sirens, mermaid. There are some esoteric texts that speculate the sirens, they are the offspring of the fallen ones. Let that sink in. And the true history of the folklore from the seamen, the sailors, the travelers of the world. It wasn't like the Little Mermaid. The sirens would sing to you to lure you in and drown you. A lot of the things we believe in are convoluted. I remember, I think it was like in 2020, there was an account on TikTok. There was this lady, she looked just like my old neighbor. I was like, April, oh my God, I thought it was you. She legit looked just like my old neighbor. Anyways, this person, their account, they're an actress, and I love their content for a little bit. They would make these videos that talked about the truth of all of these ancient stories that became folklore, that then became children's stories that Disney recreates. Wicked ass Disney. There's just something nefarious about that company, I'm telling you. There's something super nefarious. I've just never resonated with Disney. But yeah, no. A lot of those stories are horrendous. Horrendous. Sleeping Beauty was not awoken with a kiss. Yes. Atlanteans were hybridized peoples. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, can I say it? Atlanteans are a hybridized workforce that was created, yes, of fallen as well as the Anunnaki. They were hybridized together. The higher strains of Anunnaki is what the code that was used. Um, and so, what they did, these were supposed to be the ones that were created to disseminate among the collective um, workforce, the other hybrids who were of a lower strain of Anunnaki code, as well as Melchizedek. It's fallen Melchizedek, though. Oh, my microphone's arrived. I got a new mic. Sorry. Because I'm serious. I'm just going to let my presence be known on TikTok at this point because I'm sick and tired of being shadow banned here. So, I'm going to just turn on the charm and be on TikTok a whole ass bunch. Be ready. Your girl got intentions. I'm going to seduce TikTok. Not in that way. Not in that way. Anyways, so what happened? They went ahead and they made the Atlanteans again. It was a higher concentration of elevated consciousness coding. And so they have the capacity to begin contemplating things on a higher degree of awareness and understanding. And then so what happened, they were created in order to teach the lesser hybrids who to worship. It was all an attempt to control, right? Right. Gotcha. So then that's what they did. And unfortunately, um, coding has this way of reverting back to its original state given enough time, right? So they treated the Atlanteans very well, taught them tremendous amounts of information, fed them well. But in order to keep their code corrupted, what they did was they introduced cannibalism. Is it too much? Am I going too far? I don't know that you'll find this information anywhere. You see, a large portion of the Akashic that the collective whole has access to has either been redacted or corrupted full on. Where am I getting my information? I was alive during those times. I'm not gathering it from some collective pool of knowledge. I am remembering that life. So, you want me to keep going? Okay. So they introduced cannibalism, but they weren't supposed. Should we go private with this? We probably should. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to be really honest. I will. ET Talks is being monitored. This channel is being monitored. All my public channels are being monitored. The only one not being monitored is a specific channel that is not public. So, community, when we go for our private chat, I don't know if I have it in me to do a private chat tonight. Possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. But when we go to do our private chat, remind me about cannibalism and Atlantean times, and I will share this information with you. I mean, to me, it's not something that's secret. Too many people have worshipped Atlanteans because of a storyline that didn't involve the full gravity of what actually was happening. It didn't involve, they didn't include that. Why didn't they include that? Well, because they're trying to recreate Atlantis. They're trying to bring it back. all of these modifications that are happening, let me just finish my sentence. All of these modifications that are happening are designed to induce tectonic shifting that will cause a rise in the location where it was buried. They want the Stargate. Fuck you. You won't get it. Not you guys. I remember that crystal was taken a while back. You won't find it. Who took it? I don't know. I intentionally requested to not be part of that mission objective. I just know it's not there anymore. And I also know you don't have the code to cross the membrane to find it. You can keep digging in the basalt tesseract. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I got some rest today. I ate some protein. I'm going to the gym in the morning. Yo, girl, don't give a flying fallen angel fuck. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. I gotta share something. I gotta share this. Hold on. Hold on. I don't have it here. Hold on. I gotta airdrop it because this just, I need to leave this on my laptop so that, oh, no, I don't. I need to leave this on my laptop so that way, whenever the fancy strikes me, I could just, kind of just go ahead and pop this little ditty on the screen. 1 second. Whew. No, I don't want the original. I want the edited one. Rare, but no, I want the edited version. Okay. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. Okay. I don't have it. I don't have it, but all of these restrictions on things that I want to share with our community, it's just totally got me feeling this type of way. Okay. This is how I feel at this point. This fucking girl. Like, okay. That's how you got me feeling, Michael. Okay. All right then. Because is that how you truly feel? Yes. Okay. I'm done messing around. Anyways, so that tongue grosses me out. Don't talk about my daughter that way. That's my daughter. Look. This is us trying to find where our fucks are. That's us trying to think about where we left our last fuck. Okay. So, yes, community, when we go in for our private chat time, remind me, Atlanteans cannibalism. We'll talk about it. So spring. By springtime, daffodils are coming. That means abundance is being rooted. It's still kind of dormant, but it's there. Right? It's there. There are things that are needing to be cleared, and it is going to be cleared. Soul is no longer allowing it to stay. Soul is no longer allowing things to continue in the way they've been continuing. Balance is about to be restored. you have both light and dark inside you, right? You have both light and dark inside you, and this light and dark, it's definitely needing to be allowed to come into balance. You're supposed to be centered between it. You're not supposed to reject any parts of you. Part of the reason why we've been taught for many generations to reject parts of ourselves as though it is not enough, you are too much, this and that. Sometimes when my hair gets too much, if I go like this, it like stays like this. My hair can get big. Okay. Part of the reason you were taught to reject yourself is because when you reject parts of yourself, parts of your personality, parts of your character, you are creating voids inside your auric space. When you create voids within your auric space because of self-rejection, self-abnegation, what you are doing is creating homes for demonic influence to enter and occupy. So, intuition in reverse, allowing yourself to recognize and understand what part of the message is intuition and what part is really you being afraid. You not wanting to believe what your soul is communicating to you. You don't have the patience right now to work on what needs to be worked on. If you don't have the patience, you need to work on unconditional love of yourself. There was this amazing video. It was a brother and sister. Let me see. I want to say I downloaded it. It was so beautiful. I was so touched by it. I did. I downloaded it. I want to share it with you guys because the perspective he shares with his sister, so powerful. And this is the kind of conversation we need to have between the self and the soul. I'm just exhausted from not doing much. All right, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna let you hear it. And y'all tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Boom, boom. Don't break your freaking box, lady. I know I already blew part of it. It just sucks. I don't know if I want to buy a new one. I think I might switch my mic to that one mic that Mr. Rogan uses. Okay. Why haven't I? I don't want to spend that much. Is why. It's just $500, and then I need all of the different things that go hand in hand with it. It needs like an additional power booster source in order. I'm not an audio person. I just know I don't want to spend that much. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Michael is having a full-on conversation with my ass. Okay, here goes. Sorry, had to turn on my volume.
If you don't get in, then it wasn't your time.
Okay.
And you'll get in next year. However way you look at it, you're fine.
This is it. This is all. This is everything.
Don't make it. I told you, don't
okay.
make it this thing.
Okay.
If you don't get in this year, you get in next year. Well, what happened?
That's it.
You're so young. It's all part of your story. I told you. What happens? Do you die if you don't get in?
No.
Yalla, inshallah. You okay with it?
I've let go.
She got in, but listen to what he says at the very, very beginning.
If you don't get in, then it wasn't your time.
Okay.
And you'll get in next year.
If you don't get it done now, then it's not the time, and you'll get it done when it is time. That's so powerful to have all of this built up tension, to have all of this fear over the potentiality of losing your opportunity at a potentiality. I mean, really nothing in life is guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. So it's like having that fear It's kind of nonsensical, is it not? Because if it doesn't happen right now, if it doesn't happen when you plan for it to happen, that means you are not ready. I was speaking to someone about readiness and about missed opportunities recently. We were talking about this very subject. And it's this thing of like, I look back at the people because I used to chat with a lot of people on Facebook years ago before I ever was went and became public with my thoughts. I would speak to people privately a lot, a lot. You know, I love hearing other people's perceptions, opinions, and I got really into, like, really deep into esoterica, and so I crossed paths with specific individuals who have massive followings at this point. I met them when they were still building their followings. And it was just like, you know, we would have these conversations privately, and there was so much resonance. There was beautiful symposium. And one of them is I don't know. There was an individual that I often would speak to regarding quantum chaotic sciences and quantum physics and other topics of that nature. And that specific individual now has a global following, massive following. I lost touch when that account was taken down by hater ass hoes. I lost touch with them. I was just like so focused on other things. And a couple of years ago, I went back because I happened to come across one of their posts, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so and so. And I went to their group page and their business page, and I was just like, oh my God, you did so good for yourself. You have this powerful message that should be heard. You're very, very encouraging and empowering, and you share profound information in such a way that is still very relatable. And that's a beautiful thing. It's appropriate. But the thing was, after I allowed myself to like celebrate their success, because then I began remembering about the other people I used to chat with, and I looked them up to see what they're up to. And then I began to feel like, man, you know, I wasted all this time. I should be at that same level too, where I'm able to have that reach and empower that number of people. And I hid away for so much longer. For several more years, I hid myself away. And I felt myself getting really upset with myself about the fact that I gave up that opportunity. I could have been building something profound this whole time. It took me several more years after that to really come to terms with the reality that the version of me that needs to exist to be able to do whatever work I am destined to do, it did not exist then. That version of me did not exist yet. I still needed to go through things. The reason I needed to go through things was to build the degree of maturity that I have emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, everything. Every aspect of me needed further cultivation because, yeah, they got to where they got, and maybe that's where they're supposed to be. But I know where I'm supposed to be is something so far beyond what I could even comprehend. And if I can still comprehend that degree of success, that means I'm going to go far beyond that. And no, it's not a competition. It's about me understanding when your journey is going to take you much further, you need much more time to cultivate yourself. That's like you went to college with some of your friends and they went on and became registered nurses. They got their BSN, which is a very That's an accomplishment to absolutely be proud of. They got their BSN, but you know in your heart, you're meant to be an MD. MDs go through so much more schooling. Now, let's get this very clear. Nurses are crucial components of healthcare. Okay? So it's not like a doctor is more important. Some nurses have actually much more skill than a doctor, but they didn't do the classes. They didn't go through the extra years of cultivating an even more profound and pronounced understanding of anatomy, physiology, biology, chemistry, all of these different things. All of these different things, right? So it's about understanding that when your purpose is much more detailed, you need much more time to cultivate the skills to be able to handle that detailed work. You just do. You just do. It's not about compete and compare. It's about giving yourself the appropriate scale to use regarding what it is you're doing with yourself in your life. Something big is in the air. I think that something big is your destiny calling you. I think that something big involves you shining so bright that even the veil you use to cloak your light can no longer contain you, can no longer hide you away. Part of the reason you needed time and to be hidden away still is because the need to do shadow work, to work on the shadow self, to cultivate that, it's very elevated. Why? I will tell you why. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. When your light shines that bright, you will draw everything to you, not just the people who need you, but the ones who also want to feed off of you. And you're going to need to know what to do, how to handle that, how to move through those types of circumstances with grace, how to allow yourself to have enough self-compassion to have a moment of feeling triggered, processing that trigger, digesting it, and then excreting it, and continuing moving forward with grace. Compassion, love for self. Moving forward with the ability to continue to believe in you, to believe in your purpose, right? The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. For some of us, you are using a scale that involves people who don't have an authentic purpose. They're just very good at marketing themselves. Their skill has nothing to do with spirituality. Their skill has everything to do with following trends. You are not a trend. You are not a trend. You are not a trend follower. You are not here to go viral. None of that. If it is your goal to become viral, you will fizzle out as quickly as you fizzled in. Right? I will not be checking messages. Sexy Jesus, you know better than to write things like that. Because then what's going to happen? People are going to be messaging me while I'm live. Nope. Nope. Feel like a wounded warrior at times. Other times I feel like a magical empress. You know, the most powerful types of empress are the ones that know how to go to war, know how to wield weapons, the ones who are not damsels in distress, but are powerful beacons of light, powerful beacons of empowerment for their people as they sit on their throne. The most powerful leaders are the ones who can enter into the battlefield with no fear, shoulder to shoulder with their people. I had a lifetime as an empress. One. One was enough. I was often scantily clad in my bath, a beautiful bath. I had such long, thick hair that was washed with an indoor waterfall. Mhm. My body was often adorned with jewels. I remember an ornate breastplate. It was heavy, and it was adorned with the most precious jewels. I also remember only one in the entire empire had enough skill to spar with me, and that would be my emperor. I remember refusing to leave. Knowing people were coming to murder me. And making that choice to die with my people if need be. But I was not going down without a fight. Because the breastplate, it was filled with all sorts of weaponry. And what many saw as a beautiful adornment, useless but beautiful. Hmm. Hmm. What era? An era before time. When I say I'm old, I'm very old. Very, very old. You don't have to be one or the other. You don't. You don't have to either be helpless or powerful. You don't have to be a gardener or a warrior. It's best to be everything that you have the potential to be. It's best to be all of that. All of that. To allow yourself to bring home all the power that is rightfully for you. Allow yourself to cultivate it. Yeah. My bath was very specific. When I say I have bougie taste, it was a large pond, half indoors, half outdoors. And it was surrounded by blue and green slate tile. Mm. If you're curious how I smelled, because they would often anoint my hair and my body with specific oils. And I remember what those oils were, what combination of flora. It's the Empress Emmy Elixir on my website. The Sacred Union, Partnership, and Romance. Sacred Union, Partnership, and Romance. I think for today's reading, the partnership and the sacred union is really between the self and the soul, between your masculine and your feminine aspects, not someone outside of you. Maybe for some, there is a person outside of you that you must commune with, that you must hold symposium with in order to more to better elucidate, to better expostulate, to better understand exactly the path that you're on and what is the best way to go ahead and get through this, because there's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of challenges. Some of them are adversarial in nature, but there's going to be a lot of challenges simply because it's in that adversarial intersection that you'll have the opportunity to load much more frequency. It's like a trauma-induced accretion, all right? Trauma-induced AC accretion. The spiral dancer circuits its route and perception. What this is talking about is the path of soul, which is similar to the Fibonacci sequence, but it's actually an opposing direction. It's a opposing directional spin, because right now the matrix we're in, it is a fallen matrix. It's intended to harvest energy from you rather than replenish, rejuvenate all of that energy that's being depleted as you are needing to power a biomachine called the body. Molecular compaction plays a huge role in it. It's because the density of flesh and then the energy that you run as a hybridized species with Melchizedek code frequency. It has a capacity to kind of distort some of the cellular expression. It's not meant to be in a physical body. And okay, that's a tangent. The Horse King, assistance, control. For some of us, we're going to need to have assistance in controlling ourselves. You're going to need to know who in your life, my hair is crazy right now. You're going to need to know who in your life can help you to remain in control of your feelings, right? Remain in control of the way you react and respond to circumstance. You need to have at least one person in your life that you could do this with, where you can reach out and just be like, hey, am I out of pocket? Am I out of pocket right now? I am very lucky to have a small handful of folks where I could be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll be like, well, I love this about them. They're never trying to be hurtful. They're just very honest. And it really tugs me back into a space of centeredness, right? The prison wave, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. See, this is where we're at right now. We're like the prison wave. We come from this angelic lineage, but we are confined and corrupted by the density of this physicality. We've forgotten the true nature of ourselves. We have forgotten just how profound we are on our own. And if that's something that you've forgotten, you need someone who can help you to remember. And that someone needs to have no ulterior motives. They need to be people who just genuinely love you and want the best for you. The resting tree, patience, stillness. See, look, you're looking and feeling super kawawa. Look at that. Oh, for you. And you're feeling just very left out in the cold. Just very much like, is that coal? Is that bread? I bet you that's potato. I can't even eat potato. Go away, you potato consumer. Man. I don't know. Don't get me started on food. Ooh. This is powerful right here. The last four are powerful. You need to flow. You need to flow. I give you all my potatoes, sexy Jesus. I know you can eat potatoes. I give you all the potatoes. You better go catch me some birds. And does rabbit taste good? I don't know. I will cry. Oh, shoot. Oh my God. If I saw the carcass cooking, I'd be like, oh my God, that's Joy. She's like the size, she's smaller than a rabbit. Oh my God. I could be an aeritarian. I could just eat air. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to just have to like breathe in air and exhale air and drink water. Just flow with it. Okay. Flow with it. Flow with your journey because you're growing. You're growing. Although you're growing, you don't realize how much growth you're experiencing because you haven't been willing to build yourself up. Too many people have totally gotten in your head. I'm getting all riled up now. I'm getting riled up. I'm getting so riled up. Okay. Too many people have gotten in your head about being cocky and arrogant and this and that because you have an understanding of you. I don't understand. I literally don't understand. So for most of our lives, we live in such a way where we have to be a very precise thing for everyone. And that thing is going to be different for everyone, right? For some people, that thing is, you're too humble, or you need to pump yourself up a little bit. You need to let a mofo know. You go and do that. And then for someone else, they're going to be like, you're too cocky. You're too this, you're too that. You need to tone it down. You're trying too hard, right? Woo. I saw this video of this gal. I saw this video on TikTok of this gal. Her humor is just so fucking dry. I'm thirsty for it. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Her humor is super dry though, right? So she made this video where she's talking about how people have been on her ass about, oh my God, you've gained so much weight. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, nah, you look like you probably at a healthy BMI, body mass index. You look like you're a healthy size, not even like hefty healthy, but just healthy. And I'm continuing to watch the video and she's like, you guys are comparing me to a time where I was at my lowest and very depressed and I weighed 87 pounds as a grown woman. I was like, ooh, girl. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. Yeah. And she was like, fuck you. I was like, amen. Amen, sister. Amen. People are going to want you to be this way and that way, and everyone's going to have a different opinion. And at the end of the day, you just need to recognize who you are, what you're here to do, how powerful you are, no matter what other people think. Oh, there's people out there that exist. They're cowardly. I said what the fuck I said. I know y'all still watch me too. These people, cowardly ass people who despise my existence. I don't give a fuck. You still watch though, huh? You still watch me, huh? You think, oh, I'm not going to click on the live stream. She won't know that I feel your sick ass. You still watch. And then they're going to be like, see, look, that's why I don't like her because she's cocky. No, I'm truthful. I'm truthful because that's the fucking truth. Ask me what you've been up to. I don't fucking know because I don't keep tabs on you. You're inconsequential to me in my life. I'm busy working on myself, helping other people. Yeah, I don't know what you're up to, but I do feel your sick obsession with me continuing. That's none of my business. That's not my problem. You are not my problem. And I'm going to keep being who I am. Right? Manuel! Baby bear! How are you? How are you? It's Manuel. It's baby bear. It's been a while. Confidence can look like arrogance to an insecure person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Knowing who you are is going to irritate people because guess what? These are the people who don't know who they are and they despise the fact that you do. They come from this mindset of, oh, you think you're better than me. And my only answer to people who are like that is, no, you believe I'm better than you. I'm over here just existing. I'm over here just existing. I'm just being. I'm not even competing with anyone. I'm just trying to do what I think I need to do at any given time. All of us are on a soul journey. As part of the detail of your soul journey, you need to find the courage to build yourself up. You need to build yourself up. Okay? Like, okay, here's a harsh reality. Here's a harsh reality. In a few weeks, will be turning 45. I don't really feel some kind of way about that. It's just like, that's a factual reality of my life. I'm turning 45 in a few weeks, and that's not a big deal. Half the time, I don't know what my age is. True story. Here's the thing though, like when I smile, I'm seeing a little bit of wrinkles for like, just, girl, stop. Just stop. This is me in my 30s. There's a little bit to take in. I've been like, I don't want a brow lift because I already have tremendous brow action. There's not much to lift on the forehead. I've been doing this for weeks, trying to see. And I'm realizing, like, okay, girl, what is this really about? Is it about aging? Because really, like, that's not really your thing. What is this really about? What is this about? Right? I look at myself, best case, on really good days, I'm like, oh, you kind of cute, girl. On average days, like, I see the jigglypuff areas. That's indicative of the aging of my skin. It's all good. It's aging. No worries. If I want to do better, I have to treat myself better. And maybe that's the root of it, that the signs of aging that I'm seeing on my face and my body, which is very negligible for my age, especially, it's really upsetting me, bothering me, because it serves as tangible evidence of how I didn't care for myself for a little bit, right? Like I let so much of my hair fall out. I didn't do anything to try and slow it down, to stop it or anything like that. And I'm just like, my hair is super thin at this point. If I don't like it, I need to start doing something about that. I need to start looking into what scalp treatments I should do on myself. And I do have an amazing recipe that if you look, well, you can't because my hair is frizzy all over. But like my hairline had receded back to here. It's growing back. It's filling back in because I'm using my oil recipe again. Maybe I'll make that oil recipe. Maybe I'll make it for you guys and have it available on my website or something. We'll see. But I know all of these different tips and tricks to help keep my body feeling and looking rejuvenated, but I didn't do it. Why? Because I entered into a very dark space within myself, and it was a form of self-punishment. And that irks me, because there's nothing about me, there's nothing I've done that's deserving of punishment, not from myself and not from anyone else. Right? People will look at you and they'll think they know you, but they don't really know you. They don't really know you. Like, there's this one girl at the gym who I really should just go up to her and talk to her. But I know she'd be trying to be on the same vibe as me. I see you, girl. I see you. Sometimes she tries to work out near me and she just keeps looking over, and like I'm not social. I don't, I'm not gonna chat with people. And the other day she came to the gym and she had gotten herself, I can't see far. I'm supposed to wear glasses all the time. I can't see far. And so every time I work out, I wear glasses so that I could stalk my husband appropriately. I do. I look for him in the gym all the time. And I wear glasses. And she came to the gym with glasses very similar to mine. She even dyed her hair darker. She had very light colored hair. She dyed it much darker. And she cut it into one length. My hair is one length. And I know the other day she was looking at me, and I'm in the process of a slow cut. I'm cutting weight slowly. And I know she could, because I could hear her thoughts. She's like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. She was like, holy shit. Because you can see the separation in my ass cheek from my glute medius and my glute maximus. You can see that separation. You can start to see the separation in the muscles in my back. I'm not even deep into cutting weight yet. And she's like, holy shit. She's trying to bulk up to be the same size as me. I'm trying to whittle down to be the size she is. And it's this thing of, part of me wants to go up to her and just be like, you just look so good, girl. You look good when you're super lean, but you also look so good when you're in a bulking phase. Like, it's so enviable. It's very inspirational. And whenever you're at the gym, it makes me push just a little more weight, because I want to be able to lift heavy enough to just someday go up to you and be like, hey, if you ever need a spotter, let your girl know. She lifts heavy. The little thing, she lifts heavy. I'm very close to what she lifts, but, it's one of those things where she's thinking one thing, and because I can hear her silent thoughts, I know we're thinking the same thing. We're both admiring each other's gym ethics. Our work ethic is very comparable. She's at the gym every single time I go. It's very rare for her to not be there. Just like it's very rare for me to not be there. I'm like there pretty much every day, right? But she doesn't know that I know. She doesn't know that I know, and I think she's trying to adopt some of my like standoffish nature. Like at the gym, I'm really not interested in people talking to me. I'm there with one objective. I'm there to lift heavy for as long as my husband has not demanded to go home. I know 3 hours is a long time to be there. Yeah, so I'm just like, I need to get it in, because he's going to be like, are you done yet? So it's a thing. It's a thing where if I didn't know and I couldn't hear her silent thoughts, I would think like, oh, she doesn't like me. No, I know she likes me. Not that way. I know she likes me. I know she wants to befriend me. A lot of the people who come across as though they're criticizing you because they don't know how to befriend you. They don't know how to get back to a space within themselves where they can approach other people who resonate with them. Really? Oh. Oh, you lay down gems too. You definitely do. So Manuel um, says, I've been on my journey. I'll put it on the screen. Says, I've been on my journey. I'm getting close to manifesting something beautiful. I'm letting fear go and trusting my higher self. I'm making some moves that really scare me, but I've been in direct connection to source minus the middlemen. And I'm being guided to a beautiful future. Everything you've been saying been really close to what I've been going through, basically just reinforcing what I've already been told. It doesn't hurt to hear it a couple hundred times just to be sure. And that's why sometimes messages continue to repeat and you receive it from different sources, right? To keep reassuring you as you continue in the right direction. Um, but things have been beautiful for me. You're my original sensei, my first activation, all that. Had to come by and show my gratitude for everything you've done and the gems you laid down for us to find. But I'm getting close to being able to hold my own during the great salmon run. Slowly but surely, I'll be rubbing shoulders with the big bears. But I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way. You've come a really, really long way. The most profound, most beautiful minds are often the most tormented by mere human existence. There's something so intolerable about the physicality of flesh. I was chatting with someone dear to me earlier. There was something that I wrote, and it just, I had to pause. I really had to pause. I struggle with the concept of forgiveness because I don't see life from the lens of a human being. You know, having a neurodivergent mind causes you to see life in such a different way. And in that difference, there is the potentiality for a profound existence to be created, nurtured, and brought to full fruition for the world to witness. Some of us are destined to live a life of such greatness so that others can witness that there is a way to exit out of the matrix. And others of us are content on simply being who you are. And then there's others of us, a very small number, who understand that being who you are and no longer being apologetic about it or hiding it is the very pathway you must take to enter into the realm of this profound destiny that's been set aside for you. It's not about being rich or famous. It's about finding your proper place. It's about embracing what your divine purpose actually is and going through the process to cultivate what it is you need to cultivate. There is no trap. There is no trap. There simply just is you living your life and other people living their lives. And sometimes your life and their life will intersect. Other times it will not. But as long as you keep with that forward movement, you will be protected from the interference. You will not be stopped by mere interference. As a matter of fact, the interference in your awareness of that is the very thing that will cause you to surge enough of your divine energy to bust through any type of blockages and barriers that others are trying to put in front of you. Right? So here's the thing. Your girl has intentions. What type of intentions, I'm unsure as of yet, but I can feel the intentions growing within me. I have intentions. The last time I was made to feel unsafe on a platform I considered home, I abruptly uprooted. I abruptly left and went to a different platform, and something profound happened. And that profound thing that happened scared me. And so I created blockages myself. I started a war within myself. I still didn't stop it. Slowed it down to the degree that I could begin processing what it was that I was doing intentionally and unintentionally. I went through quite a few different difficult life circumstances, and they're not excuses. They are the impetus for certain degrees of growth that I had to go through. I'm grateful for all the things that I've experienced and the ways it shaped and cultivated my perception of my proper place, the perspective I now hold, and my developing openness to further refinement so that I can be even more capable of fulfilling a purpose that only I was created to fulfill. I believe all of us were created to fulfill a purpose that only we can fulfill. Only you in all of existence can do that work to the degree that God wants that work to be done. That's why no one can take your place. No one could ever truly replace you unless you're not being yourself and you're playing a caricature. Unless you're just chasing trends, then probably that's exhausting. It's exhausting. Michael once told me the reason that some of the people who dislike me is because it's so fucking exhausting trying to keep up. It's so fucking exhausting for them to try and keep up with my energy, my purpose, my innovative nature. They can't memorize my words fast enough. It's too information dense. Maybe if I was doing 5-minute videos once a day, they could memorize that more easier. You see, everything that I'm instructed to do is for a purpose. You can't clone me. It's too much. How are you going to memorize a 2 or 3 hour live stream every day? It's too much. It's too much. I have no fear of someone taking my place because I know we all have our proper place. There's no competition between anybody. Warrior spirit in reverse. It's okay to know you have the heart of a warrior as you lay your weapons back down. There are better tools that can be utilized to cultivate what you are cultivating. It's like trying to be a gardener, and rather than using gardening tools, you keep using your katana for everything. That's not going to work. You're going to dull your blade. And when it's time to use that blade in the way it was designed to be used, the edge will be dulled unnecessarily. You cannot call yourself a warrior with honor, living by the code of Bushido, when you are not using your tools in the way they are designed to be used. That is a dishonor to the code. I still very fondly remember my lives in feudal Japan. Very, very fondly remember them. You respect your weaponry. You keep it clean. You keep it put away until it is time to use it. You do not pull it out to show it off. You only bring it out when it is time to use it. And anything short of that is not Bushido. It is not. Allowing a lesser adversary, someone who you know stands no chance against you, accepting their invitation to battle. There's no honor in that. There is no honor in that. You fought a war for so long. Your weaponry is dulled. Now is a time for you to really just pause, reassess. There is something big in the air, and whatever that big thing is, it's leading to the next part of your journey. Whatever that big thing is, it's going to take you to the next part, and you need to be ready. There's going to be a lot of shifting. There's going to be a lot of games that are being played. These games that are being played, do not participate in it. Do not participate in it, because it's not just designed to fool you, to bamboozle you, to waste your time, to gaslight you into a space of questioning this or that. It's meant to absolutely drain your energy and create occlusions within your line of sight. That's what Michael says. Occlusions within the line of sight. Mm-hmm. Are you off probation already? Are you off probation and house arrest? Okay, so guys, I'm pulling out 2 cards. Pick either number 1 or number 2. Hashtag 1 or hashtag 2, okay? You better stay out of trouble. You got to stay out of trouble. And you already know, you know what the triggers are. You know what your triggers are. The thing with a masculine like you is that you are so very passionate about what you perceive. And if you cannot control that passion, if you cannot regulate that passion, that very passion is what's going to be used to burn your entire house down. You got to be focused. Okay? All right. Ready to do hashtag 1 first. Let it wash over me. Ready to lose my feet. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Day to day I'm blind to see. Find out far to go. All right. Here goes. For those who chose hashtag 1, card number 6, Saturn, Truth. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys. Before I start that, I went ahead and I already put the listing for the Abundance Light Ceremony, Healing Abundance Light Ceremony for the 111 portal, the 111 portal on January 11th. That's in 2 or 3 days, 2 days. I added some healing opportunities there. They're in the special expedite options. I added something for the lungs. Let me see what I added. I'm super excited to do these for people. I added respiratory rejuvenation, liver flush and advanced support, viral load reducer, etheroimmunotherapy. Bitches. Ha, ha, I'm saying. Stored emotion somatic release. I'm saying. And then I don't know if I will continue to offer this one. I just have to see how it goes. The last one that I added, fibromyalgia, energetic chakra core correction. I know a lot of people struggle with fibromyalgia. I'm working through my hesitation to share what it is I actually do for work. So there it is. There it is, yo. What's up? If you'd like to see the full offering, please click on the QR code or the link in the comment when the live stream is done, okay? So, #1. Saturn, truth. As she planted, so does she harvest. Such is a field of karma. The Saturn card says that it may feel bad now, but it's going to be resolved. Saturn is a planet of the Reaper, the Lord of Karma, and this rainbow planet represents what is tangible and solid in our lives. The Greeks called Saturn Cronus, and Cronus was the father of Zeus. Cronus devoured his children to prevent losing his throne as a king of the gods. So there's this need to address any potential fears you might have about the possibility of loss. There's nothing guaranteeing that you will lose something. There's nothing guaranteeing that you will have it forever. There's no guarantees in anything, period. So what needs to happen? You need to stop wasting your time on that whole concept. You just need to waste your time on something? Is that what's... No. Your time, your energy, your resources are limited. So long as you are in human form, all of that is limited. So you need to be very, very, very mindful as to what you use your time, your energy, your focus, and your resources on, okay? For many of us, we're very passionate about things we're passionate about. It's okay to be passionate. It's not okay to be passionate and have no idea how to regulate that passion, right? Saturn is not exactly cruelty. It simply points out what is true and cuts away what is delusional for no longer useful. When this card presents itself, know that you are being challenged. It's time to make it or break it. Life may seem harsh and restrictive. You are facing an enemy who may be yourself. You hear that? This enemy that you're fighting, it might be you. It might be you. You've been fighting yourself and seeking out reflections of your internalized toxicity in other people. You're looking for the projections of your reflection. Who are you really fighting? What are you really, really using your energy on? Saturn shows us that at times it is our better interest not to have those things we want, and that if we were to have them, they could lead us to our destruction. If this is a time of sorrow or hopelessness, realize it's all about diligence, sticking to what you believe in and adhering to your goals. This is a period in your life that emphasizes toughness and work. It's all about not giving up and following through. Saturn also deals with power and control, often meaning law enforcement and the military. I can't even talk about that here. I'm saying you may have encounters with law enforcement at this time. Do watch for that possibility, although the encounter may not necessarily be a negative one. If it is though, you'll need to play by the rules and do what is thought correct or expected. We're talking about conventions here. Any rallying against authority or tradition will not serve you well at this moment. So staying within the parameters set by society, that's on your to-do list. Okay? You need to adhere to what is conventional for now. That doesn't mean take in what is conventional as your absolute truth. No, that means hold up, homie. Slow it on down and pump your brakes, homie. You got some air in the line. Now is not the time to show people how big your balls are. Okay? On the more positive side, you may meet a fatherly type who will help you advance with your goals. Saturn can sometimes herald the appearance of a sage or a teacher. I'll be your teacher. This will be no small thing and can indicate a mentor arriving just when you are in most need of one. Really, I have a workshop that I'm teaching. I totally forgot to add it here. Let me put it on the screen. Ra-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. The Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop, where I teach the basics of the energy work that I do. That right there. You can click on the QR code or you can click in the comments. There's a link in the comments. Click on that if you want. Let me get back to, oh, no, this is the one. All right. Dealing with the aged may be an issue now or in the near future. Excuse me. Feeling your age, no matter what your biological age is, will seem pressing and even worrying. Why have I not accomplished more at this age? Have I wasted my time? Did I allow important affairs to slip by me while concentrating on non-essential matters? Many lessons are being learned and problems conquered currently or in the near future. So if you're questioning and all of this and all of that, it's probably just part of your process of recognizing where you're at and where you need to head towards. The gift of Saturn is keeping you on your path, helping you face parts of your life you may dread, but you simply must fulfill. They are your contracts toward more solid achievements and a better life. Circumstances may be harsh for a while, but believe your sacrifices to be worth it. It's a good time to be diligent and not rush anything. Whatever you're asking about is likely to take considerable time and not come about too quickly. Something big's in the air. That doesn't mean it's going to come crashing down on your head right now or tomorrow. You got to bide your time, my dears. You got to let it flow. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Okay, for those who chose number 2, hashtag dose. Here we go. There you go. Okay. Card number 36, 12th house, escape. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. It is time to get on point. It's not a time to ignore or overlook what's there. Things may get fragmented. The 12th house of the zodiac is the most mesmerizing of all houses. Mysticism, dreaming, drowning, vast seas, and surrendering are all themes that belong to this house of self-undoing. It's also the place in the chart where we lapse in our judgment and make bad choices. I'm telling y'all, let me just be blunt. I feel like there's something in the air that's trying to encourage you to revert back to old patterns of toxicity, reactivity, and just flat out disappointing problem-solving skills. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't do it. Pay attention to what's happening, okay? Before you react, before you respond. Like the sign of Pisces that rules it, the 12th house falls at the end of the zodiac, which indicates a type of passage or rebirth. This house contains the meanings of all the signs and planets and all the other houses within it. The 12th house stands for the all. Even though astrologers refer to the 12th house as the gutter or garbage dump of the zodiac, bitch, who you talking to? That part always gets me. We are not the gutter, motherfucker. Okay, I'm sorry. It is still distinct in its meaning. Evolved souls and the doomed live here.
Within the 12th house are the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows, ruled by Neptune, the planet of confusion and drunkenness. Prisoners, shut-ins, saints, artists, and mystics call this home. Imagination, linking up and connecting to the unknown are all facets of the 12th house. It is where the material and non-physical worlds connect. It is both the beginning and the end. The 12th house offers bliss, spiritual fulfillment, the meeting up with twin flames. Okay. Oh, girl, I be feeling you. I feel you, Teresa. I feel you, boo-boo. I feel it. With twin flames, it promises of losing yourself in some beautiful other. It might be like trying to hold on to a cloud. This house of poetry and oceans is enchanting. Enchanting. It is where we lie to ourselves as well. This house also represents water, toxins, poison, perfumes, candles, hidden chambers, secreted desires, Christ consciousness, and martyrdom. It's giving me the vapors. The 12th house tells us to forget about ourselves and live for others. But this might bring confusion and also peril. It is fear and paranoia. It is beauty and love. It teaches us to write poetry and understand the messages from the heavenly spheres. The 12th house inspires us to show great kindness. When the 12th house card comes up in a reading, something is amiss. There's some foolery happening, baby boo. There is something about the situation you are unsure about, or at least are not privy to. All is not as it seems. Without information, it's difficult to move forward. The signals you're getting are probably wrong ones. That medical test you just had, the diagnosis, is not likely accurate. What seems obvious right now is only a mirage or obscurity. Okay, let me stop messing around. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm reading it in different. Okay, the Venus or Libra card with a 12th house card may indicate the emergence of an important love affair or relationship. With a Saturn card, you will soon be shown something you were mistaken over, and the results may be shattering. With a Moon card, your visions are profound. With the Mercury or 3rd house card combined with this card, you either write beautifully or have a deep psychic gift. The warning with this card is to not look at others for fulfillment, or to give others to give you your purpose, at least not at the current phase. It's either the incorrect time to attempt this, or you are looking to the wrong crowd. So guys, if you think that this reading is about some snotty ass twin, no, I'm kidding about the snotty part. Maybe they just have a sinus infection or something. But it's, if you think that this reading is, a message for you to go chase somebody who you've identified as your twin, notice how I'm saying you identified them, right? There's no one that's supposed to be fulfilling you right now. This is a solo mission. You're supposed to be doing this for yourself. Okay, this is something you're supposed to be doing for yourself on your own terms. There might be people who will come forward who will be like, the triggers. They'll trigger the remembrance, they'll trigger the lesson, whatever that is, but the job is still yours to complete. The tasks must be fulfilled by you and you alone. While the 10th house gives us the truth, the 12th house gives us magic. Each is important, and you cannot be all that is without the other. So you need truth and you need magic, okay? Philly Creole. What are you, my dear? I'm Philly Creole. Oh, Lord, stop it. You're making me feel bashful. And Yaya keeps trying to convince me that I'm Creole. I'm snitching you out. I don't care if snitches end up in ditches. I know how to climb. She keeps trying to convince me I'm Creole. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. Well, I think she's Filipina, so, you know, it is what it is. Watch. You guys want to see how Filipino she is? And yeah, you can't have rice anymore. You can't eat rice anymore. It's not good for you. Not white rice, not brown rice. You can't have rice at all. Let's see what she says. Let's see what she says. I don't even know if she's listening right now. Take heed and search for clarity. Watch out for deception at this time. So again, this feel that something, someone is going to try and deceive. Something, someone is going to try and interfere. Deception and interference are the two things that try and sever you, right? Sever you from this next part of your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep going. Whenever I experience deception, interference, an invitation to fight or argue with someone, you know what happens? If I don't allow myself to be distracted by that absolute bull caca, that bovine bowel movement, I find myself leveling up. I end up leveling up tremendously. Like, tremendously. Like today, I was just made aware of something that's just absolute fuckery. Like, you're getting fucked up tonight. Tonight. Yeah, no, it's just the most asinine shit that I was made aware of. No, not gonna happen. We are not gonna play this game, baby boo. You do what you need to do, and then I'm gonna do what I need to do. I promise you. I promise you. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna create an entire domino effect of what the fuck did you do to your life? All because I'm gonna tell the truth. All because I'm gonna tell the truth. Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, baby. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I was hoping tomorrow we could do our exclusive chat. I'm just really today, my mind is kind of all over the place. It is all over the place. Not all over the place in a bad way, just all over the place in a way that is, I'm not fully present. I'm going through some ascension stuff. Excuse me. I like it though. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. No, that's the wrong song to sing. You guys, go check out the 111 portal Healing Abundance Light Ceremony. I have it posted. I'm going to be going live on the 11th at, I believe, 5:30 or 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go check it out. If you'd like a reading, a bioscan, whatever it is you want, check it out. Check it out. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. And if you haven't already, look for me across all social media. I'm Emmy Evolving across the board. And I do plan on spending much more time on TikTok. I already purchased several wireless lavaliers. Just so you could hear me better. I like talk shit to people on TikTok. Because over there, they'll fucking start with me. I'm saying. I seen the TikTok culture. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. We can act them together. I'm saying I'm down with it. But no, give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.